What's up everyone, Hunter and Sherb from Misfit HQ back today to talk to you about some front squat and split jerk technique, strength building work that you're gonna see coming up this phase for Misfit Athletics. And even if you're not a follower of the program, this is a great drill to kind of connect the dots between your clean and your jerk when we want to improve the clean and jerk. The big thing that we see when athletes take a really heavy jerk out of the rack or out of the blocks in this instance is that they're not appropriately tight. Okay, a lot of times we get athletes with either kind of that fingertip grip, there's no tension in their upper back, and one way to kind of resolve that is to force a front squat beforehand. The other reason is that a lot of times, again, athletes don't really feel awake almost before we get that, go for that jerk overhead. Adding the front squat kind of pre-fatigues the legs a little bit, gets you ready for that split jerk and what it's kind of going to feel like after you clean a heavy bar and get ready to go overhead. So we're just going to demonstrate this, and I'm going to point out a couple of kind of points of performance here. So you'll notice that we've got blocks. This is definitely the preferred way to do this because it's we don't want you to be limited in how much weight you can put overhead by having to bring it back down to your shoulders every time, and certainly not dropping it to the floor, putting it back in the rack, doing it again, because we're usually doing more than one rep. So I'm going to have Sherb demo just a set of 2 here so that you get an idea of what it looks like. He's going to get his hands in his kind of front squat grip. You'll also notice that he'll keep his whole hand wrapped around the bar, something important. We'll take that step back. He's going to hit that front squat, get himself set, a nice split jerk. He recovers, and then he'll need to step forward, drop those bars on that bar on the blocks. Let's get one more. So one thing that we want to pay attention to is Sherb's front rack, and that's really the key kind of crux for a lot of athletes is we emphasize a lot is getting that whole hand wrapped around the bar because it helps create tension. Can you just rack that bar, Sherb, with a full grip? And what you're going to notice here is that he kind of creates this W shape that we talk a lot about. We go wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, wrist, elbow, just like that, kind of creating that W. And then I'm going to have you kind of take a look from the side at what his upper back looks like. He's going to be in that W shape. Trust me, he's there. Okay, you can see a really good upper back kind of rigid position here. If he were to either bring his hands in or kind of switch to like a more fingertip grip, all of a sudden we see a little bit of that thoracic rounding, and that is not ideal for transferring energy. You can re-rack it, for transferring energy from the hips into that barbell in that really explosive jerk. So I'm going to have Sherb demo just 2 more reps for you guys really quick. Again, we're really emphasizing getting that full grip around the bar. That's going to create that tension that we want, obviously forcing that torso nice and upright as we go through that squat, and then maintaining that upright position in that jerk. Okay. One more time. That front rack's super important. We can't emphasize enough. If he's got those fingers caving in, he's going to round off in that upper back, and odds are he's going to send that split jerk forward, and that's a missed rep. Okay, so there you have it, some technique work, great drill to build strength or kind of connect the dots between that heavy clean and that split jerk, and kind of making those 2 line up for a heavy clean and jerk. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.